Morning everybody, just here Sunday morning. We're loading out beet here at Burwell, going to British Sugar at Bury, just using the MAUS. It's been great having the road here because we had 55 mil here on Friday. We've had 126 loads go to the factory so far in this MAUS line, right from the end to here. We've got a few beet to clean up next week that have come outside the MAUS, not the MAUS driver's fault, it's just how the trailers are tipped, and because the dirt tear's only 2% on them, when they've come out the trailer they've just slipped too far. So we'll get them cleaned up tomorrow. There's 5 more loads to go in today and that's our quota for the day then, so they'll be done and back tomorrow just to finish up the last few loads. But the MAUS, she's a pretty impressive bit of kit. As you can see on the front, it's a roller bed, and the beet go to the end of the header and then come back, and that's main part of the cleaning of them. And then they come up through the middle on this web up here, then onto another roller bed which cleans them again. And as you can see, as they go up the last web into the lorry, the last few bits are just dropping off of them, and as you can see they're as clean, aren't they, Matthew? I don't know if you can get your camera in there, look, and just show people what the crack is. But they're an impressive bit of kit, these MAUS loaders. I really do like them because the beet were harvested in the dry and this MAUS line was sat on like dry soil. So the damage that he's done loading them out compared to if we had a cleaner loader and a shovel is nothing. So yeah, it's a pretty impressive piece of machinery. I'd hate to think what one of these is. I don't know, would they be 400,000, something like that new? Yeah, and as you can see in the cab, the driver can spin round to see into the lorries with all his controls. He's got a few cameras there looking at the webs and all bits and pieces, all driven off a joystick. So he's got full view of the machine as it's loading. Takes about five minutes, I think, to load 29 tonne on a bulker. So yeah, this one will be done in a minute. There's 2 more just waiting up the road. So yeah, no, it's going all right, to be fair. As I say, this heap at the minute, had a look on my British Sugar. The sugars are unbelievable. We're averaging 19.3 on the sugars, and the dirt's at 2%. So really, really happy, to be fair. So tomorrow night we should know what they've yielded and what the sugars have averaged and the dirt tear, so we'll know exactly what we've done at the moment. So yeah, they've done over a lorry load an acre anyway. This is a 110 acre field, and we've had 126 loads go so far, so we're over a lorry load an acre. There's the next lorry, so there's only 5 more to go in today, including this one, so 2 more after the next 3. No, sorry. 1 more after the next 3, and that'll be it done for today, and it's only nearly midday, and that'll be 30 load in the factory. So yeah, we're only 18 miles from Bury Beet factory here, so yeah, lovely. No, had a good end to the week last week. Was shooting down in Bath with some good friends. Lovely invite from friend Rob Allen from university. Managed to catch up with another friend I haven't seen for about 15 years, Tom Higgs, and then all my usual crowd, old Stewie Pearce, Chris Ayres, James Meredith, I know Jeffro, James Cullimore as well. We had a cracking day shooting on Friday, so that was much appreciated, boys, and we had a great bit of fun as well, so happy days. Across the road we got a field of barley in there, hybrid barley, and then we actually got this all drilled up a week ago Friday here. So yeah, hopefully we'll see this through. That we put X days out in this field. We just got this MAUS line 30 metres just to plough up and drill this week, which we'll do. It's very slippery on top, but it's chalky, loamy ground, so that'll probably turn over fairly dry, to be fair. But like I say, there's a few beets spilled out the side of the MAUS, so we'll clean them up with a JCB tomorrow and put them down by the next field that's due to be lifted this week, and hopefully we'll get ploughing and drilling there as well, so shouldn't be too bad. But no, I don't know if many of you have seen these mouses. We'll get down and have a look and show them the roller bed. If you come here, Matthew, put the camera over the top. As you can see, there's some rollers, and so I think it's the first 3 or 4 take the beet from the middle that way, and then the outside ones take them back, and the whole motion that they're rolling the beet over and just knocking any dry dirt and leaf off of them before they go up the centre of the machine. And then the blade on the front, that rubber blade on the front, that's used when you get to the end of the MAUS line, just to bring the last of the beet in, because you've got nothing to push against. So that's used just to pull the beet up into the machine so there's none left behind. But no, she can crab, steer and all sorts. As you can see, he's on a slight angle just to get the reach across to the lorries. And we've been able to utilise, this is the beauty of the MAUS, is you can keep the lorries on the road. I know cars get a little bit annoyed, but it's only for a couple of days a year. But yeah, so there's no damage to the lorries, no damage to infrastructure on the farm, and the MAUS just does a lovely, tidy job. And this is all the stuff, basically, that the MAUS is knocking off, any tops, dirt, you know, little bits of broken beet. So we get that folded back under, and that'll decay and rot down underground over the next year. So, no, she's an impressive machine. As you can see as well, the cab jacks up on her. So in road mode, he sits down on the chassis, and then when he's loading, it's so he can see into the lorry and over the hedge, so he can see how he's filling. Because, you know, like I said, it only takes 4 or 5 minutes to load a load. You need to be able to see where the beet are in the trailer, so you don't overload it or spill it or anything. So yeah, no, she don't half munch through a bit. So once it comes back along this, so you got the centre like triangle which goes from side to side, which is moving through the heat, so you don't get any blockages. And then the roller bed is bringing them up here, up the web, sorry. So it's always cleaning. Then it comes up the centre of the machine, so that web is dropping them onto another roller bed here. As you can see, that it's still knocking top off of them. Bits and pieces of soil are dropping out, and then it drops it onto this last web, which then goes up into the lorry and then out the end of the chute. It's a marvellous piece of kit Roper have invented here, really. You can't beat them. So then you come to this side of the machine, and you've got the counterweight, so the machine doesn't tip over because of the weight of the elevator, you know, the web out that side loading the lorries. It has a counterweight on the end, which I think actually, don't hold me to this, but is it diesel? I don't know actually. No. Is it part of the diesel? I don't know. No, I don't think so. It might be. Can't remember. But as it's not my machine, I don't know the ins and outs of it really. But as you can see, these few beet, we'll just get these cleaned up tomorrow. There's a couple of ton lying about, so it's not the MAUS driver's fault. So yeah, but as you can see, this is here just to counterbalance the machine really, stop it from flopping over. So when he goes down the road, that obviously folds down on itself, so it's neat and tidy. At the back it comes round and folds down on itself. The elevator comes round this side, right round, so they basically cross over as it folds up. So that one will come round, the other one will come and drop in, and then the elevator folds down just down the side of the machine here. Yeah, just down the side of the machine here, and then these are the road wheels that it comes down on, just for extra support on the road. So yeah. Yeah, and as you can see now where Matthew is with his camera, this is the roller bed working, and right at the front, you know, this is all the debris and stuff that the factory don't want that's dropping off. And you wouldn't think, looking in that pile, that this is what would be left behind really, but no, it cleans them up the tree. Mate, you'll be having a lovely early finish today, midday, lovely. So no, this is what we drilled. Let's say a bit here at the moment, isn't it? After 55 mil of rain, but that isn't too bad. But yeah, so no, out here, this is, so we drilled up to here is where we drilled up to in a straight line. So we've just got from here to the hedge to drill. We what did we do? We Taranoed it, subsoiled the headlands. Yeah, so we Taranoed the middle, subsoiled the headlands, Taranoed the headlands, then I drilled it with a Vadostat, rolled it, and then we put Pre-M of Proclus Liberator on. So yeah, she's all sprayed as well, to be fair. Nice seed bed. She's capped a bit, but because it'll stay moist now, there's no real worry of the top drying out. And we only drilled it in there about just about 40 mil. So I'm hoping that'll be up this week at some point, which will be a good job. As you can see, there's not many loads. So we had a whole MAUS line from that row, from the hedge, just on the end of the gateway, all the way to the other end, which was 420 metres, I think. And then this little bit here, because we couldn't fit it all in. So hence why we ended up leaving a 30 metres from here to the hedge, because we didn't want to come round, cultivate round, and then have to spray round and have a different wheeling. So it just squares it off nicely. So then we'll actually plough this last bit, just because there's a bit of standing water and that, and just want to get everything buried, and it'll just neaten the job up, and we'll just drill this in with a power harrow drill, like, you know. So which won't be too bad. Yeah, so they should be out of here tomorrow morning, nice and sharp, and yeah, that'll be a good job. So just thought we'd just field next door, just come out. This is where the tanker's been round the corner, but the turnips, look at them. They're still growing well. They're massive. This is the biggest yield of bulb we'll have ever had, I reckon. This is just a bit where the tanker's done a loop here, but they're a bit thinner, but it gives you a good chance to see some of the bulb sizes that we've got. You know, look at that one, Matthew. Hellish. So they'll have appreciated the 55 mil, but as you can see, the rest of the field is plenty of cover. It's just in this corner here a little bit, really. So, no, lovely. Get the sheep grazing this, and get the sheep dung back into the land. Great believer of the biology, you know, with the sheep back in the ground, helps with breaking down locked up phosphates and that in the soil, the biology of it. So yeah, and we've seen the farm yields improve massively since we've had the sheep on the farm. So no, it's all good. So this will be going. We'll graze this, then we'll put digestate on it. We'll plough press it, and then pull it down in front of the beet drill in March. So that's what this will end up going. So end of last week, so before Friday, we put some more top ups on some wheat. So we went through with some flufenicet and stomp on some wheats where the black grass pressure isn't wild, but we just wanted to get a bit more residual into the crop before this rain. And then we've got about 30 hectares of Luxemon to do in some patches on known bad black grass areas. So we didn't want to do that before 55 mil of rain. We just, with Luxemon, it's such a hot chemical that could really bugger up the roots with that sort of dump of rain on it. So hopefully that'll dry up a bit, let the ground drain a bit, and dry up next week, and hopefully Wednesday, Thursday next week, if we don't have any more rain before then, we'll get on and get that 30 hectares done. And then after that, well, I say 30, I think it's 25 actually. And then after that, we got 55 hectares of stomp and flufenicet on the rest of the fields where we've patch spraying this Luxemon next week. So yeah, we've got 80 hectares of spraying to do. But everything else, that's all had its first aphicide as well in with the top up. Just because it's been so warm, and all the traps and that are all, you know, registering high numbers of aphids. So we went through with that last week as well, which was Thursday. It was a cracking day for spraying. No wind, just a lovely day. It was dry leaf, and you hardly get a dry leaf this time of year in November, so it was great conditions. So that should hopefully have served its purpose. And then, as I say, they hopefully come and lift the last 32 acres of beet, the other end of the other middle of the farm, there next week. We'll get that out and we'll probably just plough that and power harrow drill it. We'll plough press it and power harrow drill it now, just because we got a bit of rain. It depends how it comes out and the damage the harvester does really, but we'll evaluate that situation as the week goes on and when they start lifting really. So no, it's been good. But no, thank you everybody for watching and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, the calendars are still up for sale. We've sold quite a few now. So if you want one, please get one. We've just had the first batches printed and sorted out all the postage and stamping for that, for them to be delivered out to you ready for the new year, or for Christmas, should I say. So everybody who's bought one already should receive it shortly. If you haven't done already. And then yeah, if you want a calendar, please follow the link on the site on here on YouTube, or go onto our Instagram page or website and you'll be able to purchase one there. So no, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week. We'll have a bit more update and we're going to look at some black grass, see if we can find some, and just at what stage the crops are at. Thank you very much. See you later.